All right guys, so this video is filtration. Ricky Bobby is being a perfect subject for us right now. Filtration on Earthworks build ponds that we build consists of mechanical and biological. We're not gonna go over biological today or in this video, and mainly because it only needs to be cleaned once a year. Okay, that's the only thing you have to remember about your biological. And typically we do that for a lot of our customers when we do a pond clean out seasonally. Usually in the winter time is best. We will handle cleaning that out, but that only needs to get cleaned once a year. Now, on the other hand, you got your mechanical. Hey, come on, watch out. Okay, mechanical filtration. All of our skimmers, most all of our skimmers are the 1000 skimmer. It's gonna be this version. We also install a couple here and there, the 400 skimmers. They're for the smaller ponds. I always prefer to upgrade. I give a lot of my customers the option of doing the 1000. 1000 just has a really big basket on it, okay? So the 1000 skimmer is gonna have a very big one. We got a goldfish. Goldfish down. All right, and then also crawfish. There's some crawfish in here. I don't know if you can see them right there, John. So this pond always has crawfish in it. So every time we take the skimmer out, there's always crawfish in here. The idea of the skimmer basket is to collect debris and waste, so it doesn't end up at the bottom of your pond. So this is something you should check weekly. If it's like this, it's hardly anything in it right now. You don't even have to clean it. After that, you got your typical skimmer. So the 1000 is really cool because you can actually click that guy in, and what will happen is this thing will draw down with water. So for any of you guys that might be scared of frogs or anything like that, you click that and this thing will drain down so you actually can see what you're doing in the skimmer. Typically, I don't recommend doing it because when you do this, it's going to start sucking air. The waterfall will slow down and it starts, you can hear the sucking sound. It starts pumping air into the filter, which stirs things up and creates a little unclarity. So I'll do this for you guys. So you got your filter pad, which you can see is kind of gross. That right there could use a rinsing, and that's what the crawfish love eating, is that disgustingness. So just remember that. I'm gonna put him back in the pond. He is actually a really great filter. So below the filter pad, you've got your check valve with your pump, your overflow for the pond, so you can always maintain not being too full. And this little rack here holds the filter above the pump. Okay, so that's how this works. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up right now and then go show you guys what I usually do with the filter pad. It's as easy as just rinsing it out. So you go to your garden hose on the side of the house, and the idea is, what's really good is if you had, let's just pretend there's a plant in here, why not just rinse this? This is all really good organic fish waste. People pay good money for fish emulsion, for vegetables, and look at that all coming out the bottom there, right? So this is what you're gonna be doing on a weekly basis, is just clean this once a week. It's a really cool filter pad, very light, very open, porous, which means it's just gonna collect the bigger stuff. We actually have options. If you want to have more options for even denser filter pads, you can. We sell other ones that are more dense. They collect even more stuff up. It's not necessary. Most of our ponds, all that will break down and turn into plant food. So it's not necessary, but if you really want crystal clear looking water and achieve it even more and more than a regular pond, you can do so. So then after that, all you're doing is putting it back in. If you leave the water running, you just need to lift up that little weir. This, by the way, this weir, guys, is really important. This is what bounces and allows for more suction. More stuff gets collected in. Without this, it's easier for your fish to kind of get in and get stuck. But this creates that little bit of a pulse, which helps pull more material in. But you have to pull this up, you put it back in, you can kind of see here the split. And this is your dosing system, by the way, guys. This is the tube. You may every once in a while accidentally have it flip out of the pond. Just remember, it's not gonna work unless it's in the pond. So we go ahead and put this in. You just tuck it around the check valve, which is your pump, and then just push it straight down. So that's about it for the filter pad. That's one of the harder things in the skimmer to do. And then the skimmer door, we put him back in. So he has to line up, or she has to line up with these two, let me pull that back out, with these two tabs. I don't know if you can see them right here, John. These little two tabs go right into these little two holes. This skimmer's a little older, and you can see it's bent in a little bit right there. That may or may not happen in yours, but that's it. It's in, it's good to go. Same thing, door closes, opens, and then the only thing I do is make sure that this is back in the pond. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll intertwine it through the skimmer basket just to ensure that it's good to go. The reason we have the dosing system dumping in here, if you have one, is because it goes straight from here, right through the pump, right into the biological filter, which is where you want your bacteria to go, because that is where all the good bacteria is mostly happening, is up in there. And then it will colonize and stick on the rocks. So that's your skimmer, and that's your filtration. That's the only thing that you really have to mess with on a weekly basis. Other maintenance are just gonna be doing plant maintenance, right? So this is just like doing yard maintenance. I feel like this plant down here looks a little rough. So you can come in, you can deadhead, or you can actually trim them with scissors or whatever. That's to your liking of what you want to do. And that's it for maintenance.